Hey, welcome back to Jerry Rigged. Well, Mother Nature still hasn't turned up the temperature enough for painting and fiberglass work, so work on the boat is on hold until then. So now I'm back to my can crusher. So this is a piece of 3-inch exhaust pipe I got from a local auto parts store. And basically this is going to be both the piston and the cylinder for the crusher. I'm going to cut it off at 10 inches, so I'll have one 10-inch piece and one 14-inch piece. So we'll come back when that's done. Okay, here we have it. One 14-inch piece and one 10-inch piece. Now this is going to form the piston. So what I'm going to do is cut it, take a chunk out, squeeze it together and re-weld it, so I'll have a smaller diameter so this piece will fit inside of this piece. So that's next. Okay, there we go. Got it. Piece crimped down. I had to cut about 1 inch out of it, but got a nice fit there. Okay. Now it's time to break out the welder. Alright, here we go. Got it welded. Bent. Alright. Basic action going on there. Alright, now time to cut the exit port. So we'll be back. Alright, here we got the ejection port, if you will, set up. Alright, so what's going to happen is the piston will slide through here, crush the can against here, and when it pulls back, it should just drop free. And on this side, I haven't bent it yet, but this is where the can is going to come in. I'll have some kind of a magazine, if you will, on here. So the piston slides back to this point, the can drops. I'll fold these up so the can drops in, the piston comes forward, crushes it, drops out the bottom, comes back, picks up the next one, goes forward, etc. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Alright, progress update. Got the piston done. Got the piece of, just a piece of flat stock welded over the end. I took this small piece of angle iron here, put that across the middle. Not really so much as to reinforce it, is just to give it like a crush starter. So this will dent the bottom of the can, so it should be a lot easier for the whole thing to crush. Then we got the body. See, opened it up for the can to drop into, and then piston. I'll do this sort of arrangement. And then I got the ejection port on the other side. So now start on the frame. Alright, more progress. Got the wrist pin and the connecting rod are done, so I got that going for me. The frame is just some angle iron that I had laying around. Looks like it'll work. I got 1/2-inch studded rod holding it together. That's doing a pretty good job, I might not. I'll probably end up welding this on. That should hold it together. I just like the threaded rod because it's going to be a chance to be able to somewhat adjust these pieces, which will affect the height of this moving up and down to help me get it centered on the motor. And that next step is the motor mounts. Okay, here we have more or less assembled. Just doing a quick test here to make sure that everything's lined up right before I go ahead, and I'm gonna drill the mounting holes for the motor. Right now I have it just held on with a C-clamp and a vice grips just to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. You can drill the holes, mount the motor permanently, and then it'll be time for a real test. Alright, here we are. Assembled and operational. I don't have it quite final configuration yet, and I'll probably just make some kind of a sawhorse or something to mount it to, but that's right now, so here we go. Into the can. Well, you get the idea, so okay. All right, you may be wondering why I'm going through all the time, trouble, and expense of building this power can crusher. Well, I live in a very rural area, and the only place that buys aluminum cans is only available for a couple hours on Tuesday morning, so it's a half hour away. So it's really hard to get there. So I've been saving aluminum cans for a number of years. And so now I have this mountain to deal with. And I also anticipate having to make some parts for my boat. So I'll be doing metal casting. So this is going to be part of my material for the metal casting. So that's why I built the can crusher.